The coin lady here, saying hello and welcome back to my channel. The potential rise of RL, USD, and USDC as global reserve currencies, and the role that XRP and XLM would play in their global circulation. It is logical, as Ripple and Stellar are constantly present at key round-table meetings about remittances, cross-border payments, and integrating DLT into the existing financial system. This has persisted for quite some time. In April of 2024, you will witness it in Washington, D.C., Rippling and Stellar, come sit down. That will be the case for the foreseeable future as well. It seems to me that everything that is happening is planned. Totally insane. Since when did everyone become aware of this technology? The US Navy has reportedly hired a company to develop implanted microchips that are compatible with Ripple's blockchain, putting Ripple and XRP back in the limelight. Let me tell you something again, I will never acquire that chip. We've known about this for years, and I've covered it in numerous amazing reset videos. Getting an implanted chip is a must if I want to spend my XRP, and I am not suggesting that any of you do the same. It will never happen. They point to US Treasury tokens and Ripples, the new stable coin, as the reason why XRP Ledger and Ripples might be the most talked about cryptocurrency right now. On top of that, it's the leading infrastructure provider in the industry. As you can see in our most recent blog post, Ripple CTO David Schwartz is concentrating on ways to incorporate more of the XRP Ledger's financially and technically advanced features into our operations. This will allow us to bring the advantages of DeFi to our customers all over the world in a safe and compliant way. So, what transpired? Originally, Ripple was a US-based startup. Afterwards, the Ripple vs. SEC litigation commenced, which propelled Ripple into a multinational corporation. Projects based on the XRP ledger are coming in from all around the globe. The most promising projects, in my opinion, are those that facilitate the buying and selling of cryptocurrency. In the meanwhile, I'll have to settle for a risk-free method that generates passive income. That is something else I've mentioned many times. The XRP community is once again alerted with a vital warning. As the new stablecoin RLUSD is made available for testing on the XRP network, the XRP Ledger Explorer has warned the XRP community to be wary of scammers posing as RLUSD issuers. This is all in the realm of Ripple's, the latest stablecoin. The last significant warning from Ripple about the increase of frauds trying to capitalize on its historic triumph over the SEC is followed by this warning notice. At this very moment, will you watch the films of AI expert Chris Larson and David Schwartz? One of those and Brad Garlinghouse were both shown to me earlier today. No one is going to quadruple your XRP investment. Scams, they all are. We are getting dangerously close to the finish line. The last thing you need is to lose your cryptocurrency. Be wary of promises that sound too good to be true. The critics need to put their prejudices aside and see the digital assets business for what it is, a reality. Articles containing false information regarding the SEC have therefore been published. Everyone is aware of the SEC's crooked nature. We have been here during Ripple's conflict with the SEC. Now that they have failed to sway the support of some lawmakers toward cryptocurrency, they will force you to do it. They will do their best to convince you that crypto was always wrong. The illegal behavior and all the other nonsense will be promoted by them. After the US Federal Reserve took regulatory action against a crypto-friendly customer bank, co-founder Tyler Winklevoss of cryptocurrency investment firm Gemini expressed concern that Operation Choke Point 2.0 was still very much alive and well. The key point of the enforcement action was that customer banks were required to provide 30 days notice to the Fed before they could form new banking relationships with crypto companies. The Federal Reserve is trying to appease Nerf gun owners with this enforcement move. The appetizer isn't even part of the table's cape. The Federal Reserve is currently behaving in an extremely circumspect manner due to the impending election. The cleats will come off if Paris wins the November match. In my opinion, nothing has changed about Operation Choke Point 2.0, and Tyler is correct in his assessment. At the moment, they are trying to make things appear perfect since, well, it is election year, and that means playing up the positive aspects. Depending on the outcome of the election, the economy will be propped up for the time being. However, I fear that pandemonium will ensue regardless of the outcome. So, here's the deal, all it boils down to is that you cast your vote for candidates who support crypto, innovation, and the American dream, and then we'll see what happens next. And all you can do is cross your fingers that the elections favor cryptocurrency. Even Trump may not be completely on board with crypto. For him, the US dollar is everything. All this is occurring for votes, and I feel like a lot of it is just talking points. Is that where it all boils down? So, they want the crypto vote. Things are about to happen that you don't even know about. Money is being generated at an unprecedented rate. We shall record this as an enduring event. Cash deposits, mutual funds, exchange-traded funds, ETFs, loans, bonds, and alternative funds are all part of the tokenized assets that could be worth roughly $2 trillion by 2030, according to industry predictions and base case estimates. On the other hand, the World Economic Forum has a completely different opinion. By 2030, the tokenization market might be worth $867 trillion, according to the World Economic Forum. Tokenization of assets will be the subsequent market and security generation. Everything around you is going to become a token, according to BlackRock CEO Larry Fink. He also thinks the World Economic Forum is more on the right road with tokenization. You know, they're planning to tokenize everything of value: houses, automobiles, trees, water supplies. In fact, by 2030, tokenization will have become massive. At the very latest, by the middle or late years of 2025. Just looking at our conversations, we will have surpassed $2 trillion. The goal is to add $30 to $50 trillion to the XRP ledger in the coming year. Consider it this way, tokenization can't be stopped once it starts. A staggering $7.7 trillion is sitting in American bank accounts without insurance, according to a shocking new number revealed by the FDIC. Would you like to begin balancing now? Reason being, that is the inevitable outcome. I even advise non-crypto folks to invest their money in gold if they're not into crypto. Instead of keeping money in banks, invest it. Keep your money out of banks. I also addressed that in a number of excellent reset videos. It is intentional. They need to merge the banks and force them to collapse. It seems like a planned collapse is in the cards. It starts with one bank going under, then another, and eventually JP Morgan and all the others follow suit. When those banks are ready, Goldman Sachs will be there to buy them out. Because it's easier to bind a handful of banks to a CBDC when we move over to one, and you could think that's what's next. This is also the case for the numerous branch closures that have recently occurred. You can see the financial Titanic, whose doom is drawing near, in this image that appeared on the US Debt Clock website yesterday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Intentionally sinking the Titanic to wipe off opponents of the Federal Reserve's foundation sparked World War I, which in turn reset the world's financial system. The Third World War is rapidly approaching. It is not the other way around, wars are what cause financial resets. In my opinion, a Third World War is quite unlikely. However, we are engaged in a currency war. Several nations are currently vying to get their hands on the US dollar. Equal opportunity is something those same nations are striving for. Ripple and Stellar are working to get the unbanked into the financial system by leveling the playing field. The present financial system is likely to give way to a new one, in my opinion. All I can say is that I can't wait for the Federal Reserve to give the Treasury complete authority. I predict that announcement of the new US Treasury dollar will be made at that time, and it will be arriving soon. That, in my opinion, is the next step. Breaking: hackers from Iran breached the internal communications of the Trump campaign, according to reports. A Microsoft assessment asserts that in June, at the same time as an alleged Iranian conspiracy to kill Trump took place, Iranian hackers broke into communications related to the Trump campaign. Thus, cyber assaults too. For a long time, everyone in the cryptocurrency industry knew. If you were an XRP holder in 2018, you already knew this. Back in 2015, people were talking about a big cyber assault, a global power outage, and then the new financial system would rise after the lights came back on. Much can transpire from this point onwards, but my intuition tells me that parallel systems are what the IMF and the ECB are most frequently referring to. You'll have CBDC and cash on hand, but more systems may arise, so the story goes. My video's viewers have my gratitude. Show your support by subscribing to my channel. I'll see you later, goodbye.